heard the news. Got a little something to add to it. Um, but I had already cut a video to go up tomorrow. I got a little intel on, for the most part of what's going down here. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel because I wasn't even about to go live. I got a hella fire turnaround tomorrow. Come on. So, um, it would be funny. Women be like, I don't need no man, but they not even strong enough to get their trash in the garbage can. Shit is crazy. I tell you. But, you know, it is what it is. Don't believe them. What they say? Hey, homie, she put it on her own kids. Homie, don't believe her. Calling and asking for money like I had it easy. If I ever, what do you say? If I ever stop talking for you, it was a reason. Nigga, I don't get mad. I get even. They talking about this nigga won't give his mama no money. Sometimes a lot of the answers be in the music. That's funny. I was always obligated, real quick. It's always obligation for black men to take care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But don't nobody be taking care of us. That shit be crazy. These niggas get their NFL check and they buy their moms these houses. If they had husbands, they already had houses. Just a little free game real quick. But so yeah, Charlo went on the internet, posted him eating a lion, and it's been rumors that he been jealous of Errol Spence for years. Remember on the All Access, he was like, don't have me on here breathing hard like Errol Spence. So it's been little, people have been saying around them that he been jealous of Earl and all that type of shit. He jealous of his own twin. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. He jealous of his own twin. But yeah, it shouldn't really be no surprise. But I'm gonna tell you something that may not be out there already. They don't have the money for this fight, and I was assured that from a few people just now again, Al Heyman ain't nowhere to be found. So from what I was told, allegedly one of Sam Watson's sons and allegedly Luis the Cubas, who was the matchmaker, he handled a lot of the Cuban fighters. So if you see any favoritism of Luis the Cubas fighters or guys he worked with in the past, it's because Luis the Cubas he's got a lot of pull. He's got a lot of pull at PBC right now because for the most part he pulling the strings over there. Him and one of Sam Watson's sons. So they pretty much say Al Heyman ain't nowhere to be found. So that was just told to me again. So right now, Spence and Charlo, it hinges on where they gonna get the money from. Right now, they don't have the money to make it happen. So, they seem confident that they will get the money. Because remember, Charlo was supposed to come back versus Keith Thurman, but they didn't feel like Keith Thurman and Charlo would generate enough money for what Charlo was looking for. Charlo was looking for $5 million. I mean, he didn't even generate that money when he was fighting. They was just giving him money that he didn't even deserve. He wasn't generating that money when he fought for Disputed versus Brian Carlos Castanos, the one that was at the old club arena, the Dignity Health Arena. They was letting people walk in and just take a seat from the soccer game next door. So yeah, he ain't never generated that. He ain't never sold. Him and his brother did that joint pay-per-view. That shit went triple ass. Nah, that shit went triple ass. So he asking for money that really, by their means, they shouldn't care if he come back or not. Now, apparently, also, this is something I couldn't specify in my video because I got the call after I did the video. They also was saying that that fight that he was supposed to have with that German guy that beat Jonas Tellez, He ain't doing it because he won't be getting $5 million for the fight. He want $5 million to come back. So they will go right into a Spence and Jermell Charlo fight. But that's contingent on where they get the money from. Al then burn bridges with all the investors. Where you gonna get the money from? So will Turkey step in and be interested in the fight? Who knows? Turkey stepped in and worked with David Benavidez. So that's the question to be had. So right now, only thing that's really holding it up is they don't have the finances. And if he want $5, Errol Spence gonna at least want $5, $6, $7 million. And will it generate that money? That's the $1 million question. Are they trying to shop it to Netflix or not? I mean, Jermell never sold a ticket in his life for real. And for somebody to be so callous towards his fans, when he got smacked by Jerry Hurd and his brother got smacked by Brad and offered to work and model Brad clothes, that was the end of them. That was the end of them. He just screwed that Jake Paul and Tank fight. I agree. It's going to be exhibition. Yeah. And people are still going to watch it. I'm not watching it. Tank's a whole blade, bro. And it took this for people to see it. But, come on. But yeah, so right now, this fight is supposed to happen next. No tune-up. Errol Spence been sparring, so I don't know if they got a site fee or in Vegas, if it's going to be this year, but they said next. I know somebody just asked me about Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia has got his own boxing card. October 18th, I believe, is at the Barclays Center. He doing his own thing. Tony Harrison signed to Dimitri Sautier. So a lot of these fighters, David Benavidez with Turkey now. Apparently his dad is saying that Better BF fight is going to be next. So that's what they saying. So, but right now it's Charlo and Errol. If they get the money, and I know Charlo won 5. I'm not sure what Errol won. It sounds like it's a go. Not sure if it's gonna be in Texas, Vegas, wherever it's gonna be at, Saudi Arabia. Not sure. But how I feel about that fight, I mean, I watch it. It just always feel like, Jermell was always a little bit bitter towards Jamal and towards Errol Spence. Ain't seen neither one in some years. Is Errol name still good? Is his eye still good? And Jermell name still good? Do people forget about what happened? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself that. Do people even want to see these dudes fight after their last 2 performances? A lot of these dudes, it wasn't no fault of Errol alone because he was injured, from what I understand. But a lot of these dudes, they lose, and then they take these hiatuses, and what happened is the money get funny, and they got to come back to fight. The best thing to do is kind of like what Berlanga doing after a loss. Berlanga lose. He said, I'm coming back in December. That's smart. Get back in there. And then it was just relayed to me again, allegedly, Errol Spence still ain't got all his money from Al Heyman. They said they ain't seen him. They said Bud got all his money because of how Bud arranged his business. Remember, Bud is a bad businessman. Bud do bad business. Bud ain't complaining about guap. And I guarantee you, Al Heyman paid fucking Logan Paul. When Logan Paul started complaining about his bread, he played Logan Paul. I'm telling y'all, man, most of the silly stunts that you get is from people who know you because they know what you're capable of, and they feel like, oh, he won't pull the trigger, or he won't really sue me, or he won't really send me to the upper room because we got a relationship. Them the people that when you catch their hand in your cookie jar, you know what I'm saying? When they ain't supposed to be in your cookie jar, you got to cut their hand off. more than a stranger. At least you could say a stranger didn't know he was dealing with. People around you try you and steal for you because either they think you a hoe or they think you gonna have leniency on them. Them the main motherfuckers you should be blowing their head off and cutting their arms and legs off. Real talk. Them the main people. So this motherfucker done ran off with their money and shit, allegedly. A lot of them niggas money. Y'all know y'all be like, well, how did he make all that money? How did he make all that money? And it's gone. Dog, they make a lot of money, they spend a lot of money. That's what I don't understand. People keep talking about that. The overhead is ridiculous for a lot of these dudes. They get money and they try to go fuck bitches they ain't never fucked before. That's out their price range, and they make all these kids, all this type of shit. But that's the 411. And then you locked into a deal where you still probably got to be loyal to Al Heyman boxing, and you really can't go get no money nowhere else. They forced to do that. They really wanted to sacrifice Errol Spence to Sebastian Fondor. That's what they really wanted to do. He ain't go for it. Jermell, I want $5 million. I would have been like, well, see you later. I guarantee nobody misses Jermell fight or don't fight. Guarantee you, nobody misses Jermell fight or don't fight. After that performance versus Canelo Alvarez, your persona can't be, I'm a bad motherfucker, stop running your mouth and Mr. Knock motherfuckers out. And Jared Hurd pop you in your mouth, and then your redemption, you get an opportunity to fight Canelo. And you say, I look up to Canelo, you run in the ring, and you put a track performance on, and then after the fight, you talking about we about to go get drunk and celebrate. That just lets you know a lot of these guys ain't in the sport to win. They just in it to get money. And somebody called in on Coach Malachi show, was like, yeah, it's about getting money and these old niggas need to change with the no, nigga. The same niggas, we should wear purses and I got where I'm gonna put my Glock at. I should be able to paint my fingernails. I should be able to wear a bonnet and man, shut y'all sassy asses up, man. That's the right term to use. This is, if you paying your attention or you paying your bread for entertainment, you should get what you want. I don't care if Tank make a dime or not. Like, dude, I'm not watching that shit. I ain't watching that shit. Get out of here. You supposed to entertain and give us the fights that we want. But you got suckers like who called in and his shit. Them Baltimore niggas sweet anyway. Them niggas used to be about something. Them Tank fans just showing you that them Baltimore niggas ain't about that shit. Calling with that accent. They shit got gentrified too, man. This ain't Chris, Snoop, Marlo. This ain't Carmelo Anthony. These niggas powder puff girls, man. Them Baltimore niggas, man, they wild, man. They wild. They used to stand for something. You can make that case about a lot of dudes out here. But that's the time we in. Oh my God, we got Stud Keisha over here. Come here. They started calling the Bible scriptures. They lying. He said Canelo got all money. Yup, Bud got all his money too. When that bitch start quoting the Bible and she a stud, I'm telling you, bitch. Oh my God. Come on, brother. Come on. You hear bitch start talking that shit. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. How you gay and you quoting Bible verses? I just asked him. How the first lady got a BBL and you a pastor? Asking for the culture. I do it for the culture. but yeah, I mean, Charlo lost me when he got smacked in the mouth by Jermell and hid behind his big brother. His big brother lost me when Brad smacked him. He said, I want to be a model. I want to rock your clothes, Brad. Oh, I apologize, Brad. I should have never allowed your pale hand to smack my melanated face. Fuck out of here. But I watch Charlo and Spence. I ain't spending a dime. Them PVC niggas then pimped us out of enough money, out of enough time, bullshitting, lying, and out and fucked them real good. Froggy style from the side. Come on. And they still in that 360 deal. They still in that 360 deal. Errol Spence, fucking, what he got left? Nothing. What Charlo got left? Nothing. Charlo gonna cut all the way back down to 54. He might not even make the weight. Spence might not even make the fucking weight. Spence still look like he in some type of shape, for sure. These niggas might not, these niggas is like, bruh, I wouldn't, look, if they got anything left, they're gonna be competitive in there, you know? But for the most part, these niggas is, all them niggas, man, Keith, Jermell, you know, all them niggas is done. Broner, done. They had all that glory on the front end, which wasn't even real glory. These niggas really had monopoly money, didn't even know it, bro. Balling with the bank's money. That's a fact. Balling with the bank's money. And Al made out like a fat rat, bro. So now, they can't even retire. So why not retire? If you Adrian Broner, what else? What do you got left? You lost to Blair Cobb and lost a tooth. And he ain't been in the ring since. So honestly, come on. If you, Errol Spence, come on, you've been out the ring for 2 whole years now. What you got to prove left? Y'all wasn't proactive when y'all was champions. Y'all really wasn't trying to consolidate. Y'all wasn't trying to move up. Y'all wasn't trying to fight each other. Now, y'all motherfuckers in y'all mid-30s, y'all want to chase greatness. Both these motherfuckers had about 2 years off. Nobody want to see that shit. And I'm going to go sit down and raise y'all kids. But they can't. I'm telling y'all. Charlo probably still got money. Charlo still got money. But Errol, Errol the Pearl, I'm not sure. You know, but I think if they got anything left, loser should retire, winner should retire. But now you kind of see why Virgil Ortiz was calling both of them out, because Virgil Ortiz knew both of them was going to try to come back. But Oscar don't have no money. You know, Oscar don't have no money to get him $5 million. So that wasn't going to work. And Turkey probably don't really care about 2 inactive fighters who've been has-beens. See, and this is why they tell you when you're young, you know, you do all the grunt work, you do all the overtime, you stack all the money you can. So when you're 40, 50 years old, you can actually enjoy life. You know, keep your health up, and you know what I'm saying? You actually can enjoy your fucking life. Now they got to fight for money. Now they got to do things they should have did 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And they could be coasting like Canelo. You know, Canelo fought enough names to have a foundation to build on. They fought nobody. Jermell didn't fight Hurd. You know what I'm saying? He didn't move up. He didn't fight Lara. He didn't fight Demetrius Andrade, which wasn't no fault of his own per se. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go to 160. We talking about a motherfucker who conquered 154 and still refused to move up in weight. Come on, why? These dudes had no ambition when they was fighting, bro. And one thing I'll give about Gervonta Davis, I give to him is that he is honest about who he is. That's one thing he's always been honest of. These niggas been hiding behind Al. Call Al was cold word for I really don't want to fight. Free smoke. That shit was lies, nigga. Errol Spence had to fight Bud because Dallas wasn't gonna let him live it down. He wasn't gonna have to be able to go to the LA Fitness. I feel like had he not lived in Dallas and moved out of Dallas, he probably wouldn't have fought Errol Spence. Fought Terrence Crawford. But knowing he got to see them people every day that he lied to, he pump fake. Like, no, he had too much heart and too much balls to let that go down. And when Tank go down, it's gonna always be a part of his legacy. He don't really care, but I swear to God, I will sue them if they put him into the Hall of Fame. It's a lot of these niggas who I don't think any PBC fighter deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Maybe Erislandy Lara and maybe Deontay Wilder. That might be about it. Well, Charlo got undisputed, barely. That motherfucker ain't do shit else outside of that. At all. But get smacked. Errol Spence ain't done enough. And then they so fucking money hungry that they can't even let Charlo go get the title and then make it a title fight. So Errol ain't even gonna be like, come on, man. The legacy is like these PBC two fighters that got legacy. Wilder is one of the most. He got some of them, I think top 8, top 10 in title heavyweight title defenses, which is not easy. And Lara's been their best fighter since PBC. You know, he's been their most accomplished and he's been their best fighter and their most decorated fighter, damn near, if you really think about it. Am I wrong? So honestly, no, none of them niggas, they all was scamming. It all was a scam. It was a whole scam. Al Heyman brainwashed them. And look at y'all now. Y'all doing what y'all had did 10 years ago, y'all would have been good. So I do it for the culture. I do this for the... Man, nigga did it for... Cameron said the track culture. Nigga name bad. Charlo, a walking bad check. A walking bouncing check. But I'm intrigued. Hope the loser retire. They both look bad. Both of them should retire. But this is the desperate attempts they doing. Pandora Key. This shit is over with, and people just not starting to see it. But apparently, if they come up with the money, we gotta fight. But Errol Spence still don't get to add a 2-division title to his resume. He still don't. And then, you know, will he win? You know? So will it make weight? Will it be at 54? It sounds like to me it's gonna be at a catch weight, just thinking about it. Sound like a catch weight type of fight. That's what it feels like, a catch weight type of fight. Niggas out here wearing hoodies like it's cold. It ain't even fucking cold. What happened when guys used to make real men? 1 in 5 men are actually real men now. Niggas is bitches. Real talk, this niggas is big. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. Come on. This guy this Mexican got shorts and a short sleeve on. Yeah, like he's so cold. But then you see white people, when it's cold, these motherfuckers got hoop shorts on and a tank top on. Make it make sense. Then you got these crack babies, or what you call them, heroin meth babies, whatever these motherfuckers smoking, powder head babies, 90 degrees in a ski mask and a shiesty on. I agree with police profiling them. Yeah, put Octavia's head on the curb. What's happening over at Disney? More Backdooria, more butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. I know they're mad at Snoop for keeping it real. You can't come in Disney unless you open your asshole. Disney been cooked. They done destroyed everything they done touched. They destroyed sports with ESPN. They done destroyed what else they done destroyed? Star Wars, making it a female lead. Come on. Them motherfuckers done destroyed everything. Marvel. We need Disney to buy the WNBA so they can destroy that shit. He said Crawford, Will, Spence, and Charlo on the say. Yeah, Charlo, he bitched out on Spence too. I mean he bitched out on excuse me. He bitched out on fighting Terrence Crawford too. A lot of niggas that was fan of PBC, they gave them niggas a lot. They gave them niggas a lot of leniency. Tell me I'm lying. They gave a lot of PBC niggas leniency. They gave a lot of them niggas leniency. Hold on. Let's keep it real. He said, what happened on Disney, bro? You ain't said it yet. But they gave a lot of them niggas leniency. But the Spence is Spence. They ain't fighting for no title. He ain't trying to be no Hall of Famer. Them niggas just really, them whole Texas went out bad. Let's keep it a bean. The whole Texas went out bad. Texan boxing scene with them three went out bad. And maybe people really didn't see it. That's the crazy thing about it. You know, like Tank, people really seeing it with Tank. And what a lot of these dudes do, when they see it with Tank, either a lot of people call it a spade, or some people try to justify it. You know? A lot of these niggas try to justify what Tank did. Oh, it's a new era, he in it for the bag. Man, get out of here, man. If people funding your career by watching and supporting your shit with their viewership and with their dollar, you should give people what they want. But a lot of people can relate and support Tank because that's who they are. They cowards at heart. They get slapped in the street, they gon' take flight. Tell me I'm lying. I ain't lying. Most of these dudes, they get slapped in the street fight. They take it off just like Tank would. And they associate like being hood with, being from the hood with being tough and protection and shit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Them niggas ain't tough. Let's keep it real. Them niggas ain't tough. Them niggas just autistic. Because when they get in front of that judge, here they go crying and I'm sorry. I grew up poor. I didn't have no education. They start copying all these fucking pleas and shit. Am I lying? I ain't lying. Yeah, they start copying all these motherfucking pleas and shit. And a lot of people go out here and they aspire to be a street nigga and not knowing these niggas is just mentally ill. They got mental illnesses that's going undiagnosed. Ain't that crazy? These motherfuckers got mental illnesses that's going misdiagnosed. And y'all thinking they tough. Or they street and they body. These niggas is retarded, bro. These niggas is legally slow. And people associating them being over emotional, emotionally unstable, not smart. And you notice that. Y'all notice it's just a lot of dumb people, bro. Real talk, it's a lot of dumb people out here. Like, you talk to the average person, and you ask them something, they ain't smart. God is making a shortage of smart people. It's always been seem in the last 10, 20 years, a shortage of common sense. It always seemed like a lot of these niggas ain't really had no common sense. But seem like it legit seemed like it, bro. People ain't got no critical thinking skills. People ain't smart at all. They don't have no grammar. A lot of these motherfuckers going to job interviews and wearing casual shit. Like, not even casual. I mean, like, straight up, I'm going to the club tonight shit. These women make dumb decisions and they get on these podcasts. Men too. Alright, think about this for a minute. I'm gonna get back on this Spence shit. Hold on. Think about this for a minute, right? I gotta go to the car. I'll be right back, FA. Think about this for a minute. Why y'all think these men they find the stupidest women to put on their podcast? Think about it. They find women on the podcast. It gotta be for monetary gain. It gotta be. It gotta be for monetary gain. I'm telling you, it gotta be for monetary gain. Because you learn nothing from them on the podcast about how dumb they are. That's it. That's all you learn. They bring them on these panels and they make them look stupid. or you rewatch it, they say nothing profound, nothing at all. And you be like, damn, did she listen to what she just said? Nope. Nope. A lot of people is just fucking dumb. I hate dumb people respectfully. It's a lot of people, bro. It's hard to find, especially in the black community. It's hard to find, it's hard to find intellectual conversations about things that, go above rap culture. Like, all these motherfuckers talk about is baddies and motherfucking love and hip hop, and they don't even cross over into the white pop space. That's all they know about. And they all compare black men to celebrities or somebody on the internet. It's crazy. I feel like I see my pliers in here. There we go. Hopefully these get the job done. Real talk. But that's the crowd Tank bring. Bunch of wannabe thugs. You know what I'm saying? Think cause you got tattoos and a switch that you gangster. Okay, nigga. And when that time come down, they want to be hollering and screaming. Hey, mama, he my baby. He's a good baby. That's Tank fan base. That's his fan base. Tell me I'm lying. That's his fan base. And that's just the sad and God honest truth. But as far as that actual fight, I have vested interest in it. I ain't gonna lie. I watched Charlo and sorry, I'm trying to take this shit off. But I watched Charlo and Spence. I would like to see how they look in training. I don't really see Charlo out of shape too much. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, I don't see Charlo too out of shape. That I will say. So, Errol, I think he might get a little chunky, but he professional. I think he had to stay ready. He had to stay ready because I think he felt that Al was going to try to play him. I think he thought that Al was legitimately going to try to play him. So, but what it is what it is at this point. But he said, long as they find that money, they gotta fight. So that's the good word. As long as they find that money, and apparently they ain't found the money, but Spence be back in the gym. I know the word on the street is Charlo 1-5. They didn't think Keith Thurman could generate that money, so he didn't fight Keith Thurman. So apparently they think Spence and Charlo can generate enough money to pay Charlo $5 million. I don't know what Spence will want, but like I said, they still say Al is nowhere to be found. From what I heard when Al first dipped out, is that Luis de Cubas and one of Sam Watson's sons, which they not twins, they running the show. Yeah, smoke detector on my nerves. But that's the good word, that they running the show. As soon as I walk over to it. So that's, my bad. But that's the good word. But yep. Charlo's supposed to go get a title if y'all missed the beginning. Apparently that WBA title shot is off for Charlo now. They supposed to be going straight into a Spence fight. From what I heard, no tune-ups. So as long as they find the finances, as long as they come up with the finances for this fight, we got to fight. You know, we got to fight. So they must feel confident if Errol been back in the gym and Charlo saying that, they must feel confident that they gonna get that bread. So that's all I had to say. Let me fix this damn toilet. Appreciate y'all. Peace.